What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode, and today we are talking about the best luxury cars to buy on a 5K budget. This list right here is for the people who already have their dream cars, chilling in their garage, collecting dust, waiting for the summertime to hit with some hot weather and they can stun on everybody, okay? This right here is just for the people who want to keep that there and have another car, another beater car, but a car that's not out of touch, a car that's actually comfortable to drive in, a car that still looks relatively decent and is going to handle all their needs going forward until they can pull out their dream car again. So if you're looking for a vehicle that's under 5K or within the 5K range and you really don't want to break the bank but you want something decently reliable, this is the list for you. But without further ado, bring it in. Let's talk about it. What's good, y'all? So y'all already know. If y'all don't, we still got merch for sale. The discount is gone. The holiday discount is over, but it's fine. What we can do is still give you a 10% discount just if you sign up for the mailing list, where now you could actually be in tune to every new drop that comes up. So you'll be connected, understand when we dropping stuff, anything that come out, and then from there we can do different discounts and different merch specials and things of that nature from there. So just make sure you jump in there, you sign up, you put your information in there so you can stay connected, stay in tune to what we doing, what we dropping, when we dropping, and be able to be plugged in. I also did add the shop to the YouTube channel, so you could just scroll over, check things right there without even having to go to the website. And if you see something that you like, do yourself a favor. Cop that for you, cop that for the channel, support yourself, support everybody else that you love with some new merch, and look good while you're doing it, okay? But without further ado, let's get back into this video. Number one, that would be a 2006 to 2007 Buick Lucerne CXS front wheel drive. I may have butchered that name, but hey, don't shoot the messenger. This came equipped with a 4.6 liter V8, 275 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 7 seconds. So this is not a sports car by any means, y'all. This is a luxury car, and it's a very cheap luxury car. Although it doesn't really seem like a super cheap car. When you drive it, it's luxurious. It has a comfortable ride. This car actually has average reliability. Fun fact, y'all, I did know somebody that did have this car, and I gotta put it in a category within itself for this one thing in particular. It was a cold day that night, right? And I jumped in there and I'm like, yo, this car got heat warmers or heated seats, right? This car had heated seats. So I jumped in, but this is the first car I seen that had like 8 different levels, 6 to 8 different levels of like the temperature of a heated seat. So I'm like, you used to 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 little settings for a heated seat, right? This car had like 6 to 8. I forgot what it was. It was a while ago. So I said, hey, it's pretty cold. Let me put it to the max, right? Put it to the max. No exaggeration, y'all. I felt like my clothes was literally being burnt. Like I felt like I was about to get a hole in my, you feel me? Like I'm like, yo, like it hurt. Like I couldn't even sit down comfortably. I'm like, yo, ain't no way these heated seats this hot. But they was, y'all. So if you do jump into one of these, at least going forward that, yo, the heated seats better work. And if they do work, they're going to work better than anything I know about. Because truthfully, I don't even know how it keeps the leather on the seats for as hot as them damn heated seats got. But hey, that's just my little story. But anyway, this car is average reliability. Issues that you would run into is oil leaks, coolant leaks, crankshaft sensors, transmission issues, and fuel pump problems. Other than that, this car is relatively reliable. You ain't gonna have too much issues with it. Again, it's not a sports car, so don't push it like one. This is a car to get to point A to point B and feel good while you're doing it for the most part. It's not the best looking car, but you can spend some money in it and make it definitely look better, make it look a little more sporty. So keep that in mind. But that's just my opinion. But let's move on. Number two, that would be a 2006 to 2007 Cadillac DTS Performance front-wheel drive. This came equipped with a 4.6 liter V8, 291 horsepower, 288 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 7.1 seconds. So this car right here is average to good reliability, y'all. And it actually looks pretty modern in today's society. This car is really not out of touch, especially as far as interior features go. This car is going to have basically what cars today have in the interior, and it's still going to look good on the exterior. Yeah, it may look like a grandpa car. Shout out to the grandpas out there. But it may look a little older for older gentlemen. But you get past that, hey, this car is going to be super comfortable. The suspension, the way it handles bumps, everything gonna be good. And it's a huge car, y'all. Y'all got family, put them in the car. Y'all got luggage, put that in the car. You can take long trips with this car all day, every day. And again, you're gonna get this under 5K all day, every day, or at least within the 5K range. If you got a little more money, you could even get better examples, but still, you're gonna be perfect with this right here alone. And fun fact, y'all, this car you can get as a limo. This car comes as a limo as well. It actually comes as a hearse too, but we don't need that. We'll just get the limo. You feel me? You want to stunt. You got a daughter that's about to have a little sweet 16, or she's about to go to prom or something like that. Yo, you can jump out the window and cop you a Cadillac DTS as a limo, right? Under 10K, and be like, yo, I went all out for you. You feel me? Like, and she gonna think the world of you because you literally got your daughter a freaking limo to show up to prom or to show up to her sweet 16. Crazy. So you could actually finesse with this car. I think it's a really good option for y'all. So definitely look into that. But issues that you may run into is electrical issues, oil leaks from bad gaskets, and they had an airbag recall. So make sure the airbag recall was addressed. Other than that, this car is really not going to be bad as far as reliability goes. And if you know how to work on cars, you're going to be good. Parts of this car are going to be in abundance. You can get them anywhere, everywhere, pretty much at any time. So you shouldn't really have an issue with parts. But other than that, this car is going to be a good example for you to jump into for under 5K or within 5K and be able to have a car that's going to handle pretty much all your needs without no issues. But let's move on. Number 3. That would be a 2007 to 2012 Lexus ES350 front-wheel drive. This car came with a 3.5 liter V6, 272 horsepower, 254 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 6.2 seconds. So this is a Lexus, y'all. Y'all know what Lexus brings to the table. So by far, this is going to be the most reliable car on this list, but it's not that attractive, I'll be honest. Now, if you're getting it for under 5K, you're going to have some money left over. You could definitely put that into some mods. Get some new tires on there, just do what you need to do to make the car look better than what it is stock, right? But if that doesn't appeal to you and you really don't care about that and you truly want just a beater, point A to point B, and you got your dream car already or dream cars, then definitely jump into this. Don't do anything to it, and this car is going to get you wherever you need to go, whenever you need to go there, with no problem. Issues that you may run into with this car is electrical issues, oil leaks, and the airflow sensor. So other than that, this car is going to be great. They have a lot of examples of this car doing over 300,000 miles easy with little to no issues at all. So this by far is going to be your most reliable option on this list. You jump in there, you're going to do what you need to do. It's not going to ride as good, I would say, as the previous two as far as like the suspension goes and how luxurious it is. But this is just going to be a car that's kind of in the mid-level range of luxury, and it's going to do what you need it to do. So keep that in mind. But let's move on. Number 4, that will be a 2006 to 2009 Mercedes-Benz E350. This came equipped with a 3.5 liter V6, 268 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 6.5 seconds. So I know what y'all thinking, yo, why am I going to buy a Benz, y'all? I don't want to spend more money on a car, and I already got my dream cars already. I don't want to jump into another money pit. I feel you. But to be fair, you got to give this Mercedes-Benz a little more respect. This is actually a reliable version of this car, right? It's average to good reliability. A lot of people that own this car, as long as they keep up with the maintenance, they stay ahead of all of the BS that comes along with it, they're usually good. There's a lot of examples of this car doing well over 250,000 miles as well, right? And again, it's still a Benz. This is gonna drive very well, like the other two cars that's on the top of this list. This is gonna be a car that you can definitely tune as far as looks wise, not necessarily engine. You don't have to do too much of that, but you can definitely make this car look more modern. You can make it look better. And since they had so many versions within this body style, or so many different trims within this body style, you can make it look like an AMG if you wanted to. You see what I'm saying? And do little things like that and feel good while you driving this car, knowing that, yeah, it may look like one of the top trims of this car, but it's not, and it's more reliable. So you got those things going for you, you're gonna be straight. You ain't gonna really have too much issues. Problems that you would run into though is electrical issues, camshaft adjuster, airmatic suspension, and CV shaft. Definitely look into that. If you don't got a Mercedes mechanic and you're not a mechanic yourself, maybe you don't want to jump into this. But again, if you could get a good example of one that has a lot of documents listed of what was done to this car, you really could get a steal on this and have a reliable car that's going to drive good, it's going to look good, it's going to handle everything that you need it to handle. So definitely take a look at that. But let's move on. Number 5, that would be a 2008 to 2013 BMW 528i. This came equipped with a 3-liter inline 6, 230 horsepower, 200 pound-feet of torque. But then in 2011, they changed it. Then it came to a 2-liter, 240 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 5.9 seconds. So to be fair, y'all, this car is average to below average when it comes to reliability. But the below average is the first trim, which was the 3-liter inline 6, right? From what I've seen, there was more issues with that car than there were its predecessor, which was the 2011 to 2013. So definitely keep that in mind. Still, you can get this car all day within the 5K range. This is probably going to be the least reliable car on this list, but it's also going to be the most sporty car on this list. So take that for what it's worth. Like I said, if you already have your dream car, you probably don't have a need for speed. So you might want to just swap this out for a pure luxury car with no sport capabilities at all. And if that's you and that's your case, then I would say you don't have to deal with a 528. But if you still want to have a little bit of sport here and there for the low, you jump into one of these. Now, mind you, I would definitely advise you to have a mechanic with you just to look at the car, or at least be savvy with tools in working on BMWs of these years, right, and body styles, so you understand what you're getting into. But once again, it's not the worst on reliability, it's just not the best. It's average to below average, so keep that in mind. Issues that you would run into is strut bearings, oil leaks, timing chain issues, and electrical issues. So not the worst, not the best, like I said before, but if you can deal with that and you a Beamer guy, jump in, do your thing. You see what I'm saying? It's still gonna be very cheap getting into it, and if you got some money saved up and something drastic or dramatic happens, you'll be able to get that out the way and it'll still be reliable after the fact. But the goal on this car, which pretty much is the goal on all of these cars, is make sure the person that had it before you did what they needed to do to keep up this car, so you're not jumping into no limit. That's just my opinion. So that's my list, the best luxury cars to buy on a 5K budget. But you know how I do, I always gotta drop a bonus on y'all, and the bonus of the day would be a 2006 to 2008 Audi A6 3.2 Quattro. This came equipped with a 3.2 liter V6, 255 horsepower, 243 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 6.6 seconds. So, you know, I couldn't throw a Beamer and a Benz on the list without at least putting in the Audi, right? Now, believe it or not, this Audi in particular, it's average to good reliability. This is not the 2-liter turbo. We want to stay clear away from that. We want to stay clear from the 2-liter turbos. We want to deal with the 3.2s. So, fun fact, again, y'all, I did have a 3.2-liter Audi A4 Quattro, right? Me personally, I do think that's the better car, just from a standpoint of the engine and the specs of that car fit better with that than it does with the A6. But the A6 is no slouch, okay? And the A6 is going to be more luxurious. It's a bigger body, you know, it's going to have more space, it's going to be more practical, and it's less of a sports car and more of a luxurious car, right? So that's why I put that on this list and not the A4. But the A4 is actually harder to get for this price range as well, because they just don't have many 3.2s out there. It was a rare car when I purchased it, and it's still a rare car today. And I love that car. I never really had no significant issues with it. And again, it had the same engine that this car has. So keep that in mind. Issues that you would run into though is upper chain tensioners, carbon buildup, valve cover gaskets, and electrical issues. So keep that in mind, y'all. You already know it's still going to be a foreign vehicle. So issues that do arise, if they do arise, it's going to be relatively expensive. So if you want to save some money, you definitely want to probably stay away from the foreigns, right? Unless you just are very well at working on them, or you just get a very good deal up front. Just because I understand this is going to be a beater. This is a point A to point B, so you might not want to deal with those costs. But if you're just a foreign guy at heart and you really don't mind little things going wrong, that's going to be a little pricey. But to be able to enjoy the car after those things is fixed, jump into a Benz, jump into a Beamer, jump into an Audi, do what you need to do. So yeah, y'all, that's my list. If it was up to me, would I jump in on this whole list? It depends, y'all. So if I was only going for reliability and nothing else, I'm gonna jump in that Lexus. If I'm going for if I got a bigger family, you see what I'm saying, and I'm moving around a little more and I'm taking longer trips, I gotta go with that Caddy. But if I just want a car, point A, point B, I'm not doing too much driving and I just need something to be around town and do my thing with, it's going to be between that Audi and that Benz. I'm not sure which one, really. I mean, I like both of them. I do like both of them. It might be that Audi. But that's just my opinion. Y'all get in the comment section below. Let me know what y'all will go with. Once again, before we close out, make sure you check the link in the description. If you need parts for your car, cheap parts for your car, check the link below. I definitely got discounts for you. And if you want to tune your car, definitely get in the descriptions below. Check the links out. Jump in there, get your information in there, and get those parts sent to you immediately, expeditiously. You feel me? So your car can get back on the road, or you can make your car faster. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what we about. We always want to drive faster than what's advertised on the numbers, but that's just us. You might differ. But other than that, y'all, if y'all like this video, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, and just like that, I'm out of here. Peace.